So what I want to do is firstly locate my pixel for my website, which I had already created. And I'm going to assume that you've already created this as well and you are already knowledgeable up to this far. Again, the purpose of this video is to really guide us through how to create an event tracker for Contact Form 7. So now that I see my contact form, my pixel for my website, I'm going to click on details. And from here, I want to go up and look for the setup button here and then click set up new events. Now, Facebook gives us two options. We can go about it manually or we can go about it using Facebook event setup tool. So let's firstly try the automatic way and see how that pans out. And the website we're going to is Working Home Buyers, which is this one here. And then we're going to click Open Website. So Facebook starts to track everything that is happening on the website, which is really great because it basically automates the whole thing. So what we want to do is really imitate what the customer is going to do. So the customer is going to fill this out and then they're going to click this. This is the event. So I'm just going to click that. Actually, I want to click first track a new button, and it's going to be this one that I want. So when they click this, Facebook is now going to track it as an event, and this is going to be a lead. So you see how easy that was. That's basically it. So the lead event is live and being tracked. So when someone clicks on this here, that's it. So using Facebook's automated function, we just finished this whole process. And in the past, 2 years ago or a year ago, this was relatively difficult if you were not focused and if you cannot spend 30 minutes with your attention on one thing. And I mean on one thing, because there were a lot of small details. But Facebook has really listened and really optimized this whole process. And so this is it. Our lead is done. So then the next step is to click Finish Setup. Actually, I want to track one more. So I'm going to track another one, and I'm going to click for them for this one here. So when they click on the form, on the phone number, I want to track that as well as a lead. And I want to do one more. Let's see if I have any other. I'm going to click on this one here. We're going to track it as the lead. And I'm also going to click on one more, this one. And we'll track that as a lead. Okay, so we have 4 lead options that will be tracked, and that's it. And so from here we can then click Finish Setup, and we have it all. And then so next we're going to click Finish, and yeah, this was super easy, super great. So 5 stars. And done. So our event setup is complete. We just went through a process that generally takes 30 minutes to 45 minutes for an expert, experienced Facebook ads manager, or sometimes a day for a novice, or 2 days, or a week even. So, but we're all done. We just have to test the events. And again, we're going to open our website and just kind of track the things that are happening. So we just click that. We just click that. We just clicked that. Let's click this one here, test, And let's just do that. Okay, so we just clicked on a couple of things. Okay. And this is the recent activity, which is all great. That was easy, wasn't it? So from here, if we wanted to move forward with the next step, which is actually including the events in our ads, then we will move forward and create a custom conversion. And what that means is that basically we are now tracking the conversions which we are looking for. So for instance, if a customer comes to our property, our website, and then clicks to submit a form, we want to track that as a conversion. So what we did earlier was to create an event which we tell Facebook equals a conversion. So if you remember, when someone clicked here, that counted as a conversion. This is an event which now equals a conversion. When they click to call us, that is an event that we told Facebook is a conversion. And when they click on the options here, these are all events. So the difference between events and conversions are that when we are setting up the events, this is the time when we are telling Facebook what actions people perform on our website we want to track. So it's an event that is taking place. And then the next step is to, once Facebook knows which events are of value to us, we're now going to move forward with the second phase of our ad, which is actually including it in our ad creation process. And here in this process, they are conversions, because this is the thing of value that we want. So when someone calls you from your website, that is a conversion. It converted into a lead. When someone submits their information and clicks on contact me, they've completed the process on your website and they've clicked for you to contact them. So they've converted into a lead, and hence the word conversion. So that's what we can now set up here when we move forward to the second phase, whereby we can create a custom conversion. And because we have already set up the events and we call them all leads, if you remember, we can then go here and we will not worry about this because this is not what we care for. Now we can simply go to this option becomes available because we've set it up, which is the standard events. So now we can click on lead, and then we can move forward. We can move forward with our custom conversion. And basically what you'll do here is that you'll name the conversion. You can give it a value if you want. And what a value means is that, if someone calls you and you think that equals $100, then that's what you put there, or $10 or $1. It's just the value that you give it. It's optional. But here you name the conversion and then you click create. And then once you click create, then we have a conversion. And again, a conversion will allow us to measure unique activities, and basically it will help us optimize our ads for the events which we had originally set up. It will help us optimize our ads for the events that matter most to us. Okay, so once we create a custom conversion, then we have this screen which basically informs us of what's going to happen. So our custom conversion will now start recording actions, and once the first action has been recorded, it will switch from no activity to active. So we've just created a conversion, and The next step, which is the third step in this process, is now creating an ad that is optimized for those who are most likely to move forward with the conversions which we have set for. So basically, the ad that we create based on the conversions will now be people who statistically are more likely to convert into a lead. So now you see how this is working. Firstly, we let Facebook know about the events which we want to track. And then second, we collated those events into conversions, which is basically the conversions is the second stage of the process where we are actually tracking and giving value to these events, so that when we run an ad and use these conversions as a goal, then Facebook is using its whole intelligence as far as AI is concerned to send us people who are likely to move through and become a converted or a lead.